This week, you'll find out why I hate fiberglass anti-scuff sheets, and also why iPhones aren't always the best for recording on. So we come in and we pick up the bat first of all, and this week I decided to take the grip off of the bat before we put it in the vise. From memory, this is because the customer wanted the bat grip back. So putting it in the vise when the customer wants a grip back is not always the best thing to do, because the vise is really dusty and mucky and it messes up with the grip as well, so it kind of creates holes in the grip and stuff. So I think the customer wanted it back. He might not have wanted it back on this bat, but he wanted it back for another bat. So we took the grip off before putting it in the vise. As normal as well, we come in and remove the stickers. These stickers are quite challenging to get off, actually. Sometimes stickers are quite easy to get off, and I think that's because people get the sort of knockoff ones off eBay. The adhesive on those is just never normally as good, so they come off really easily. But with real stickers like this, and if you bought them from a real manufacturer and not from eBay, they tend to leave a lot of residue behind it because the adhesive's a lot better. So if you're taking off stickers at home from a bat you've bought from a friend, for example, or a teammate, and they come off really easily, double check whether the bat is actually what bat they've sold you, because sometimes the stickers aren't always real. So as you can see here as well, taking off that fiberglass anti-scuff sheet is an absolute nightmare. As we mentioned in the last video, you should always go across the grain when taking off scuff sheets. However, with these fiberglass ones, it's really difficult to do that. So sometimes you do have to go down the grain. Be very careful. Never go up the bat, but just try and take these off with as much heat as possible, because they are real pain to take off. I think the reason people use them is because they are ever so slightly lighter. But as you'll see later on in the video, or as you can see here, they're not actually that good at protecting the willow underneath. You can see those cherries there, that's after the scuff sheet's been taken off, and they just leave so much sticky glue residue, especially compared to just your normal scuff sheet. So I'm not massively in favour of them. When I say lighter, it's hardly a noticeable difference, but that's why all the pros use them. So if it makes that much difference to you, then they might be useful, but I would stay well clear of them. So as we did before, come in with a draw knife and take off all that excess glue. Just trying to remove it so it's got a nice smooth surface. Just to come in with that 80 grit sandpaper again and take out those cherries and get down to fresh willow underneath. And as you can see here with the heat gun again, trying to get all that residue off. There's so much residue from that anti-scuff sheet, and although it's not a very anti, because it doesn't stop the ball marks coming from underneath the bat. So and do the same on the edges here. So I've had to turn the audio down on this one because there were some tunes playing in the background. Can't quite remember what those tunes are. Let's just whack it up a sec. So a little bit of the wombats in the background there. Sometimes it does get a bit boring if you just sat here without any tunes on or any music on. But just again, coming in, removing all that residue from the stickers. And as you can see, it does pay dividends because it's much easier to sand once you've taken all that residue off. As you can see there, it cleans up much, much nicer. And as well as I highlighted earlier, those cherries are on underneath that scuff sheet, which really shouldn't be happening. Never really happens with other scuff sheets. And so these fiberglass ones, like I say, although they are ever so slightly lighter, I would probably stay well clear of them. So as this is a full refurb for the customer, we're going to come in and sand down the edges, sand down the back and sand down the toe. I don't think I recorded sanding down the toe, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. But coming in here and sanding down the back of the blade again. As you can see at the bottom as well, it has the SF burned into the bottom of the blade. So we come in and tidy that up. Finishing off with the sanding on the back of the blade, it's starting to shape quite nicely now. Come in and sand down those edges. Again, it has another burn on the side, so which I think says National Fighter or something like that. Not massively keen on these again myself. I think it's more of a subcontinent thing. You don't really get it too much in the UK, apart from grey nicks, but I'm not massively keen on it myself. So it did have a few little surface cracks on this one, so we did come in and fill those surface cracks with a little bit of super glue. This is pretty easy to do at home. You can buy super glue from any sort of hardware store. You even get it in the supermarkets, and fill in tiny little surface cracks. You can hardly see them, to be honest, but when you do take scuff sheets off, sometimes they are a little bit more noticeable. So remember to hand sand the super glue. The fumes from the machine sander, the super glue and the willow, it's not a nice combination. So make sure you hand sand that first and stand well back as well. Then come in and finish off, go all the way up to a 240 grit. So work our way through 80, 120 and then 240. Prep it ready for polishing, we come in with a hand sand. However, unfortunately, we won't be seeing the polishing or the finished bad because the camera died. So, the storage was full. I think it was the storage was full actually. So here we are. This is the final bit you'll get to see where the camera decided to cut out. So you'll just have to take my word for it, like you took my word for it that the toe was sanded, that the back came out really nicely. Didn't finish it off with any stickers. Guy was going to put some stickers on of his own when he got back. But yeah, here we are. Finished product. Not quite finished product, but end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in getting your back repaired, head over to the website, which will be in the description below. Or if you're after some tips, reach out on Instagram, TikTok, all the usual places, and I'll be sure to help the best I can.